Good morning, year 8. So the topic for this video is substitution. Please copy down the title, the date, and have a go at the starter, please. So you need to work out two fish, the cost of two fish and three chips. Then you need to work out the cost of 3C, meaning three chips, and then the cost of 2C plus 2S plus M. Okay? So please pause the video, have a go, and press play when you're ready to carry on. All right. These are the answers. Okay, remember two fish is 2 times £1.50, which is £3, and then three chips is 3 times £1.10, which is £3.10, and together you get £6.30. Okay, 3C basically means three lots of chips. Okay, so the C stands for chips, right? Okay, so it'll be 3 times £1.10, which is £3.30. 2C means two lots of chips, plus 2S, which means two lots of sausages, plus M, and one mushy piece, okay? So you're going to do 2 times £1.10, plus 2 times £1.10, plus a 50p, and that gives you £4.90, okay? All right, definition. What is substitution? So substitution basically means the action of replacing someone or something with another person or a thing. But in terms of algebra, what substitution basically means is you replace a letter with a number. That's all it is. Okay? All right? So a few things that you need to remember, okay, is 2a. What does 2a mean? 2a stands for 2 times a. You need to know that, okay? Anytime, like in the starter, you had 3c, that means 3 lots of c. So to work that out, you're going to do 3 times c, right? So 2a means 2 lots of a. And to do that mathematically, you're going to do 2 times a. Okay? Another component that you need to know is b squared means b times b, basically, okay? Remember we said 2 squared means you're multiplying 2 by itself twice, okay? So you're going to do 2 times 2 for 2 squared. So b squared means b times b. C over 2, okay? Anytime you got a fraction, okay, it basically means the numerator divided by the denominator. So in this case here, c over 2 means c divided by 2. Please make a note of this. These are very important. A lot of people do forget this. Okay, please make a note of this. And then finally, ABC. What does that stand for? ABC basically means A times B times C. Anytime you see like numbers and letters together, they're basically multiplying by each other. In this case here, we just got numbers together. So if we had W times X times Y times Z, that would be okay. W X Y Z means W times X times Y times Z. Okay. So ABC just basically means A times B times C. All right. So please make a note of these. These are very important, and a lot of people do forget this. So make a note of this. This is very important when you're doing substitution. Okay, so let's go through this example quickly. If A is 12, a question might be like, work out the value of 2A. What did we say 2A was? 2A means 2 times A, right? Okay, so if 2A is 2 times A, I'm going to replace the A with 12. So I'm going to do 2 times 12, which is 24. Does that make sense? A plus 4, I'm going to substitute A 12 for A. So I'm going to replace the A with 12 because I was given the value of A, right? That'll be 12 plus 4, and then my final answer for this expression would be 16. Okay. Question 3 now, A over 3. What did we say? When we've got a fraction, it's the numerator divided by the denominator. So basically, A over 3 means A divided by 3. Substitute it in, that would be 12 divided by 3, which is equal to 4. Okay. A squared, what did we say A squared was? A squared means A times A. But I'm going to replace it again with 12 because in my question it says A is equal to 12. So instead of doing A squared, I'm going to do 12 squared, which is 12 times 12. That gives me 144. Please copy down this example. Okay. So all we're doing is we're replacing the letter with the number that we are given in the first place. Okay. All right, what I'd like you to do now is pause the video, copy down this question, and have a go, please. Okay, let's just quickly go through the answers. So G is equal to 3 and H is equal to 6. So question 1 says 4G. What is the value of 4G? What does 4G mean? It means 4 times G. Okay, so 4 times G is just going to be 4 times 3, okay? And that gives me 12, right? Because G is 3. So I'll replace the G with the number 3. GH, what do you say when we have letters next to each other? What does it become? GH basically means, for question 2, G times H, okay? So they've given the value of G and the value of H. It's 3 and 6. So what am I going to do? Instead of doing G times H, I'm going to do 3 times 6, which is 80. Does that make sense? Okay. Question 3 now, I have GH over 9. Well, I worked out what GH was from question 2, didn't I? By multiplying the value of G, which is 3, times by the value of H, which is 6, and gave me 18. So you just do 3 times 6 over 9, and that will be 18 divided by 2, which is 2. This one now, okay, what we're doing is just do it separately. Work out what H squared is first, then work out what 2G is, and then add them up. So what is H squared? Well, H is 6, right? So substituting that in, that will give me 6 squared, which is 36, plus 2 lots of G, okay? So 6 squared plus 2 times 3. So that's me replacing the values, okay, or substituting the numbers for the letters. 6 squared is, remember, you need to know your square numbers. 6 squared means 6 times 6, which is 36. Okay, and then you're gonna do 2 times 3, which is 6. Add them up. 36 plus 6 gives me 42. Okay, all right. Remember, you do your bit maths. You do the 6 squared first, that gives you 36. Then you do your 2 times 3, that gives me 6. Add 36 plus 6 gives me 42. Okay. All right, let's look at this example here. All right. So sometimes it says find the value of the expression below when a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4, and c is equal to minus 5. So this is an expression, right? Remember we said an expression, it hasn't got an equation, okay? It involves variables with numbers, okay? So all I'd like you to do is pause the video and have a look at this one, please. Okay, 5a plus 4. What did we say 5a means? 5a means 5 times a plus 4. Now I'm substituting the value of a, so I'm going to replace that a with the number that I've been given in the question. A is equal to 3, right? So replace the a with 3. That is 5 times 3 plus 4. What is 5 times 3 first? 15. Okay, and then, so you do 5 times 3, sorry, that's 15. And then you're going to add the 4, which is going to give you, okay, that should be 19. Sorry about that. Okay, that should be 19. All right. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, and then you add the 4, it's 19. Okay. All I'd like you to do now is pause the video, copy down the question, and have a go at this one, AB plus C. Go on. Okay, let's just quickly go through this. What did we say AB means? It means A times B plus C. Replace the values. Okay, so that's 3 times 4 plus minus 5. Okay, just be careful about here, okay? What is 3 times 4 first? It's 12. And then if you have a plus and a minus next to each other, you've done this in year 7, okay? Anytime you got a plus and a minus next to each other, it becomes a minus, okay? All right, because a lot of people are confused with you. Why is there a plus and a minus? Anytime you see negative signs like plus and minus next to each other, the minus overtakes it, okay? So it becomes 12 minus 5 instead. And that gives me 7. So that's my final answer. Please copy down this working out, the step-by-step approach. If you do it step by step, you will not make mistakes, okay? If you skip steps or do some steps in your head, then you will lose marks. So please copy down the way I've laid it out, okay? Okay. All I'd like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at this question in your books, please. Okay. So 4ab plus c squared. What does 4ab mean? It means 4 times a times b plus c squared. Okay. Now replace the values with the numbers given. So that'd be 4 times 3 times 4 plus minus 5 all squared. Well, what is 4 times 3 first? It's 12. Times by 4 is 48. Minus 5 squared. Well, minus 5 squared means minus 5 times minus 5. Well, 5 times 5 is 25, right? minus 5 times minus 5, what would you give me? It would give me positive 25 as well. Okay, so that answer will be 48 plus 25, which gives me 73 as my final answer. Okay, so just watch out when you got a negative number, okay, and you have to square it. Remember, negative times negative gives me a positive. So minus 5 squared is positive 25, just as 5 squared is positive 25 as well, because 5 times 5 is 25, and minus 5 times minus 5 is also 25. Okay? All right. What I'd like you to do now is pause video, copy down these questions, have a go in your books, then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, let's go through this. Question 1. 5x plus 2. Replace the x with 2. That'll be 5 times 2 plus 2 gives me 10 plus 2, which is 12. There you go. That's all it is, guys. All right. X is equal to 7. Replace the x with 7. 5 times 7 plus 2. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 is 37. Okay. Replace the x with minus 4. 5 times minus 4 plus 2 gives me what? Well, what is 5 times 4? 20. But 5 times minus 4 is minus 20. Watch out for the negative signs. Add the 2 next to it. Minus 20 plus 2 gives me what? Gone. Minus 18. Okay. Question 2. Find the value of 4d minus 6 when d is equal to 8. Replace the d with 8. That gives you 4 times d minus 6. What is 4 times 8 first? You should know your times tables. 82. Okay. And then subtract the 6 from it. Okay. That gives me what? 26. All right. 4d minus 6. Well, 4d means 4 times d. So we're going to do 4 times 5 minus 6. Okay. You understand why it's 4 times 5? Because 4d, remember, it means 4 times d. And I'm going to replace the d with 5. That gives me 4 times 5. And then I'm going to subtract the 6. 4 times 5 is 20 minus 6 gives me 14. D is equal to 1. Replace d with 1. 4 times 1 minus 6. What's 4 times 1 first? 4. Subtract the 6. Okay, what's 4 minus 6 now? Remember, you need to know your negative numbers when you're adding and subtracting negative numbers. If you've got a smaller number minus a bigger number, it's going to have to be a negative answer. So 4 minus 6 is minus 2. A good way to remember this is 6 minus 4, you know is 2. But 4 minus 6 would have to be minus 2, okay? Because you're doing a smaller number, take away a bigger number, that's going to be less than 0. Okay, in this case here. Find the value of 12 minus 2p over 2 when p is equal to 3. Okay, this one, there's a lot of things going on, but all you have to do is just do it separately, okay? So replace the p with 3. That'll be 12 minus 2 times 3 over 2, okay? So clean up the top. 2 times 3 is 6, and then divide that by 2. Good. So then you do 12 minus 6 is 6 over 2. What does 6 over 2 mean? Anytime we got a fraction, remember 6 over 2 basically means 6 divided by 2. And that gives me the answer of 3. Okay, so don't get confused if there's a lot of things going on in that expression, just do it separately. That's all you have to do. P is equal to 8 now, replace the p with 8. So you do 12 minus 2 times 8 because there is 2p over there. Divide that by 2. Clean up the top. What is 2 times 8? 16, right? So it'll be 12 minus 16 at the top divided by 2. Well, what is 12 minus 16? You know 16 minus 12 is 4. But I'm doing 12 minus 16 now. That gives me minus 4. Remember what we said? Smaller number, take away bigger number has to give me a negative answer. Okay, so minus 4 divided by 2 gives me what? Minus 4 over 2. Remember what I said? It just means minus 4 divided by 2. That's all it means. Okay, so minus 4 divided by 2 gives me minus 2, and that's my final answer. Okay, please copy down these examples.